too.
Skeeter was drafted and killed in Vietnam. What?
Yeah, there's some random guy that we never saw before gets killed in Vietnam.
So random. And then Silent Bob becomes
Senator Robert Blutarski. So now we go from a Stand By Me reference.
Inside of a Stand By Me reference, you have an Animal House reference. It's not. It's like literally we're layering references on top of references now at this point.
It's like a Kinder Egg of references.
And then they said, looking back, it was the best summer of my life. And it's old Jay at a computer. Like he's Dookie fucking Hauser sitting at a computer.
It's like Jay mated with Richard Dreyfuss.
And it looks like Dookie Hauser's computer. That's what they laughed for me. Yeah. And apparently he has grandkids?
Yeah.
Because why not?
Well, why not? He's already been with half of New Jersey.
Well, next... So then we go next week on Clerks. They're stuck in the freezer again with Skeeter.
Yeah.
Skeeter, okay.
Oh, and he better is before he leads his grandchild out for ice cream, he jumps back on the computer. Snooch to the nooch.
Of course. So next week they're stuck in the freezer again with Skeeter. In 2 weeks they're walking on the side of the building.
And I was gonna say, and my reaction to that was, hey, wait a minute, what the hell are you doing here? Weren't you killed in Vietnam?
And in 2 weeks they're walking outside the building again. Okay, cool. So then we cut to our post segment. It is Rainy Day Fun with Jay and Silent Bob.
And even better is the title card is Jay climbing up the power pole during a lightning storm to get their kite out from power lines, and the kite is electrified.
So we come back, and there's two kids standing at the rain, and she says, let's make a movie. Take off your shirt. Wait, what? Wait a second.
What is this, young Zack and Miri?
Thank you. I have the same reference. Zack and Miri. So they say that. Well, then magically, because that's how this show works, Jay and Silent Bob show up. And it's Jay and Silly Bob. Silent Bob. Okay.
And as to why they're doing what they're doing here, Bob has a magic crowbar.
Well, that, and then Charles Berkeley shows up and gets sent away.
Well, let's see, they probably had him for the day, so they probably just
kept doing recording session.
Yeah.
So we're going to learn a
Hey, kids, I thought we told you to get out of here. And he just walks away all dejected. I just wanted to give him a hug.
So we're going to learn a magic trick. That's what we're going to do, show a magic trick. And apparently they're going to have a coin disappear under a glass. Yeah. Fair enough. All fair. Completely. Yeah. Now, I'm wondering if this was probably around the time of those like hidden magic shows on television. I think this is a joke on that. I have a weird feeling what this was. So then they're going to show us how they made the trick happen. Fair enough. I'm following along. Yeah. Everything makes sense. Silent Bob's explaining the entire thing. Yeah. Jay shows us. And then he goes and says, and we use the magic words.
Alakadooch, and invoke the Dark Lord Satan. We offer this girl's soul to you, master. And even better is watching the little boy's reaction go from, benign to, what the fuck?
And then that happens, and the little boy's terrified, and then she asks him to take his shirt off again. Yeah. And then we come back to Jay and Bob, and Jay says,
giggling.
Jay says, just because it rains. And
doesn't mean you can't have a parade.
And that's it. That's our show. That's our show. Yeah. What the fuck did we just watch?
I was gonna say I don't think this was around the time they were doing those hidden magic shows, because Harry Anderson would have objected to it. God rest his soul.
No, it's his 2000.
Yeah,
those shows came out in the 2000, I believe.
Oh,
so that's our show. I have no words to describe what we just talked about.
Did he just smoke a big bowl of marijuana and just
Well, I don't. Kevin Smith wasn't smoking pot yet at this point, so.
Well, apparently some of the writers were doing something, because it's just no, we take every drug that we have here and then we'll just go on an all-night TV watching binge. It apparently included some of those sitcom episodes where they get stuck in the basement or a freezer. Stand by Me, and a Happy Days marathon.
The Happy Days references were just so random. It's just,
hey, and I just love how utterly lifeless the hey is.
So next week, or in 2 weeks, we'll be back to continue on with the animated series. The only way we're not is if I get an interview. I'm just saying that right now. If you get an interview, then that'll go into this place. But in 2 weeks, this is the episode that we're doing.
Leonardo is caught in the grip of an outbreak of Randal's imagination, and Patrick Swayze either does or doesn't work in the new pet store.
Okay, then.
Yeah.
That all being said, thank you so much for listening. We'll be back in 2 weeks to continue on.
Wait a minute, Patrick Swayze working there? That automatically makes it the most awesome pet store ever.
Oh, we'll talk about it in 2 weeks.
It's being run by fucking Dalton, man.
Talk about it in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for listening to the Clerks Minute Summer Series. I'm Blake.
I'm Kyle.
Have a good day, everybody.
Just because it rains doesn't mean you can't have a parade.